He's a force on social media, he's a truth in the air. Mike Crawford's the name, and he's everywhere. From the highs to the lows, he's got the word. His show called The Young Jerks, haven't you heard? The Young Jerks bringing heat to the mic. He's sharp, he's bold, he's always right. With the fire in his eyes and the truth in his veins, Mike Crawford's here to shake the game. Clickbait! He's not just talk, he's a force to be known. With the passion and drive that he's always shown. Cutting through the noise, making it clear. When Mike Crawford speaks, the people cheer. The Young Jerks bringing heat to the mic. He's sharp, he's bold, he's always right. With the fire in his eyes and the truth in his veins, Mike Crawford's here to shake the game. From the grind to the shine, he's stacking respect. Got his mind on the money, what you expect. In the game deep, like a boss with clout. Speak the truth loud, ain't no doubt.
Let's bring him up right
Jerks. Yeah, he runs these streets, dropping heavy bars over dirty beats, ain't no fake, nah. He's the real deal, Mike Crawford, man, he's keeping it real. Enemies lurk, but he stays on point. Mike Crawford, Young Jerks, he's taking the joint. So step up, listen close, this is how it goes. Mike Crawford, Young Jerks, running the shows. Ain't no stopping now, he's on that grind. Get with it, or get left behind. So tune in, get ready, it's about to ignite. The Young Jerks is here, and he's bringing the light. With every word, he's making his mark. Mike Crawford's name, it's the spark in the dark.
Exciting last night. Pretty crazy. I couldn't get in my studio last night. We got what you need tonight.
Yes, Gun Recording Sergeant, Basie speaking.
Yes, Sergeant, is that what you have?
Who would you like to speak with, sir?
My name is Ken Mello. I'm a prosecutor with the Norfolk DA's office. Can I speak with your shift commander?
Well, I'm on duty right now. We have a lieutenant, too, but how can I help you?
Okay, there's a protest going on outside D&E. Would you mind sending a car down there just to make sure that they're
we'll take a look.
not intimidating us?
And what's your name again?
My name is Attorney Ken Mello.
And who are you working for?
I'm the special prosecutor
oh, okay.
regarding Aiden Kearney.
Got it. All right. So the prosecutor, you said there's people outside D&E?
Right.
Okay.
Just have a cruiser go by, make sure there's nothing.
We'll check it out.
Oh, thank you very much.
Take care. Bye-bye.
You too. Bye-bye.
Hello. Roger. Hey, Mike. Hi. I got a call from Kenneth Mello. He's the special prosecutor, I guess.
Yeah. 686 has that. Let me know.
Anyways, there's some protesters out in front of D&E, so Zeph is going to take a drive-by.
Yeah, they can protest.
I know, we're just going to take a drive-by. Just
yeah.
Get the attorney's voice. We just be sure we stop by, take a look.
Yeah.
So,
all right.
I'll catch you. Bye-bye.
Slops.
Hi, Mr. Mello. It's Sergeant Silvesi. I just spoke to you. Oh, 1 second.
Yes, sir.
1 second, sir. Roger. An officer swing by. Said there's 4 people like across the street holding signs. They weren't right in front. They were across the street. They're not impeding traffic, but so it seems kind of mellow. A small group now.
All right. Okay. Very good. If they can just swing by there once in a while, I'd appreciate
we'll keep on making passes. You know.
Very good.
All right.
Thank you, sir. I appreciate it.
Sir. Have a good day. Bye-bye.
You too. Bye-bye.
Canton Police Officer Nick's recorded line.
Hi, Officer Nix. This is Attorney Ken Mello. I believe I just spoke with your sergeant there. Is he still available?
He's not. He just stepped out. Actually, he's walking back in the room, sir. Hold on.
Okay,
let me put you on hold, and I'll have him pick up, okay?
Thanks very much.
You're welcome, sir.
How can I help you?
Hi, Sergeant Ken Mello again.
No problem.
Do me a favor. Take a look at Chapter 268, Section 13A.
268.
13A.
Okay. I'll go ahead and get a book. 1 second, sir.
Okay. You give me a call back if you want, okay?
Okay, yes, sir, Mr. Mello. All right.
Okay. All right, thank you. Yes, sir.
Hey, Mr. Mello, it's Sergeant Silvesi. So, it looked up. So what do you want? What are you thinking of doing?
I think they're good enough to charge them, to be honest with you, at least this person. I mean, that's my take on it.
Yeah.
You know, but it looks like they meet every single requirement of that statute.
Okay, so we just go. We go up there. You want us to write a report and
if you
try to document who was there? Who's there?
Yeah, if you could do that. Yeah, please, if you can do that. I mean, check with your lieutenant. I don't want to, I'm not an officer in your department, but I'm looking at that statute and saying they're across the street. They're certainly near Albert's place.
All right.
He's a witness, and they're certainly there for purposes of influencing or whatever else the statute states.
Gotcha.
They're not there for any other reason.
All right. So it's punishable by no more than a year in prison and a fine of no more than $5,000. So,
correct.
All right. So we can go up there. We can try to figure out. I mean, I think we could probably figure out a couple of them. Maybe not all of them where they are, because we can ask them and they can just tell us, pound sand, not tell them, and we try to find them, see where the cars they go to or whatever.
Yeah.
And then I guess we can go from there and just
Sure. I mean, I don't know if you can reach your chief to see how she feels about it, or okay. Great. I appreciate it very much, Sergeant.
No problem, sir.
Thanks.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
Hey, welcome. We're live. Mike Crawford, Young Jerks. Want to thank John Como for recording the new intro song. I kind of blush when I hear that. I wouldn't have made it myself. And people are like, is that you, Mike? I don't know. You know what? It's me to accept John Como making a great song for our show and putting it out there. And I really appreciate it. Thank you so much, John Como. I do enjoy it. I do like it, I guess. It's funny. You heard, Young Jerks, you heard. We just opened up with Ken Mello. I'm trying to get on X. I don't know what's up with X tonight. X is not working. We're not live on X right now. Trying to figure that out. Trying to put out a bunch of technical fires here. Every time I go live, there's something. But we're good. We're on YouTube and Facebook and LinkedIn, which LinkedIn never works. It works tonight. And Twitch always works. There's always like one or two people watching there. But the main ones, Facebook and YouTube. But X and Twitter is starting to be good. I don't know why we're having issues tonight. But we'll try to get it sorted out. We just opened up with Ken Mello. Ken Mello, this is the special. He's very special, a very, very special prosecutor who made that phone call a while back. I want to find out the date, actually. We should find out the date. We'll ask the folks, the guests, because they were there. Ken Mello was calling on a group of protesters in Canton, just holding up signs. He decided to make a phone call, a few phone calls that you heard there, back and forth with Canton police, to have these people approached, to have them summoned, to have their lives turned upside down, where they were threatened with criminal charges for over a year. And we just found out that charges are going to be dismissed. They're not going to be charged with witness intimidation, for holding up signs, for protesting. So I figured we'd go back and play loser Ken Mello, and I'll call him a loser tonight, since I just got a voicemail that called me a loser. I enjoy it. I might play the voicemail. The voicemail was fun. Lots of fun from these McAlberts calling in. You could tell that they're triggered when they call in, and they're all nervous. They're very, very quick with their voicemails. He's very nervous, trying to be a tough guy. So let's bring up the guests. We got three great guests who are part of the Canton 9. They were summoned to court. They were threatened with witness intimidation. And they recently found out that they're not going to be charged, but they were strung along for months and months and months and months. And I know a little bit how this feels when you have the criminal justice system focused on persecuting you for doing nothing wrong at all. So let's bring them up. They won. I hope this is going to be a celebration for everyone tonight, because they won. This is big. This is big for First Amendment rights. This is big for Free Karen Reed. And this is big for them, that they don't have this stress hanging all over them. Let's bring them up one by one. Let's bring up the first one I contacted for this, I think, was Meredith. Meredith, welcome to the show.
Hey, thanks for having me. I love the new intro.
You do, huh?
Yeah, it's great. It's funny.
A couple people didn't like it. It's funny. Like,
Really?
yeah, like 99.99, everyone loved it. And then there was like 2 people who were like, nope.
Who wouldn't like it?
So one person said it's not me, which I could feel them on that. And the second person just doesn't like John Como, I think. I think they're a hater.
Who doesn't like John Como?
I know, right?
Anybody who has the balls to go to Lucky Loughran's mother's house in a duck suit is.
Yeah, I think it might be a closet McAlbert. Someone who pretends they're not a McAlbert, but deep down they might be. So how are you doing? You went out to protest. When was this? When did this happen?
So that was back in November 5th of 2023. So quite a while ago.
November 5th?
Yep, November 5th, 2023.
So it would be a year coming up in just what, 3 months, 2 months?
3 months, yeah, it's almost fall.
Yeah. So it's basically 9 months that you went through this where they were threatening to charge you, but it never, you got summons, but then nothing happened. You went to the clerk magistrate and they just strung you along for months and months and months, didn't they?
Right. So we had our first round of hearings on January 5th. I think it was Deanna, Bobby, and I, and we were told that he would have a decision within a week or two after the last round of hearings, but ours was initially January 5th. So, over 7 months ago. And then just nothing, no word, nothing to our lawyers, and nothing until this last week. So it's definitely nice to have that chapter closed. But again, why waste our time for that long,
How stressed were you about that? Were you stressed out at it or not? Some people were just like, whatever. Other people.
It was like just something that I knew I would fight and deal with if it came to it. It wasn't going to hold up in court if it ever went to a trial. But at the end of the day, too, I just tried to remember kind of what Karen's facing, all the charges Aiden have, and it's really kind of a drop in the bucket compared to what they're both dealing with. So
it's a big reminder of what she and Aiden are dealing with, isn't it?
Yeah, it wasn't stress that was like taking over my life. To be honest, just so much other stuff has been going on the last 8 or 9 months that I some days would just forget about it altogether.
Good. It's good that it's done now. Let's bring up the other 2 folks who are here as well. We got Deanna Corby.
Hi.
How you doing today?
Good. How are you? I'm a little under the weather, but I wanted to come.
And how are you feeling about charges dismissed?
Oh, I feel awesome. It's just like, I feel so good about it. I don't feel good that it was 9 months later, but I feel good that I don't have to worry about this charge over my head. I just got my master's degree. And even though I knew we probably weren't going to be charged, I was just like that. I didn't want to apply for a job and then be like, oh, sorry, I'm getting arraigned on a felony tomorrow, so I'm going to miss work. Just stuff like that. My son came into my room one day and asked, are you going to jail? I'm like, no, buddy. So just happy that it's over with and we can start focusing on, Aiden, Karen, and our own futures as not being criminals.
Absolutely. Let's bring up Bobby too. We got Bobby Silva. He's another one of the Canton 9. We got 3 of the Canton 9 tonight. Bobby, welcome.
How you doing?
Good. How you feeling about this now?
Feeling great now. It was having that over your head, just every little thing you do. You don't even want to drive by Canton. Be like, oh,
right.
When the glare came up, everybody went to the waterfall, and I had to think twice about it. But then I was like, you know what? I'm just gonna go.
So did it kind of affect the way you carried your thoughts about even going out to somewhere in Canton?
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, it's right across the street from D&E. So, who knows if I just walk by and here he comes out the door taking pictures and videos.
Oh, you know what happens when we walk by D&E.
Absolutely.
Yeah,
Nuts.
absolutely. I do you guys, because a lot of people brought this up as soon as the charges were dismissed, is protesting now legal outside of D&E Pizza or anywhere in Canton? And do you
My-
have plans to go back? What do you think?
I do not have plans to go back there at all. I think that they'll still try to find some other, loophole into, like, so when Paul, Tracy, and Dana did that protest for us, which was so amazing, and we were just so grateful for it. And Mike, you too, like, you fought for us and raised so much money for us too. We really appreciated that. But they even said to her, like, well, what if we have a sign that says, that they make the best pizza? And she's like, it's still going to be the same if his feelings are hurt. So it's kind of like saying, he could be somewhere and it could not be related to the Karen Reed or Aiden case, but if his feelings get hurt, he can just be like, I'm a witness somewhere and I'm emotionally harmed. Like, that's just, I mean, you could tell in the Mello thing that he was calling Mello over and over and over again. And then Mello was calling the police over and over and over again. So I do not trust that they won't do summons again or criminal complaints on people that protest there. I mean, people can do whatever they want. I am not going back there ever again.
Yeah. What
I
do you
mean, I'll
think,
go-
Meredith?
I mean, I probably wouldn't be tomorrow going and organizing a pizza or a protest in front of Union Pizza, but I mean, I'm going to continue to go there. Like, it's a free country. Like, I'm not going to not go to places like CF McCarthy's and other just because Chris Albert thinks he owns the street. I mean,
Right.
it's ridiculous. People who are wearing Free Karen Reed shirts, not even bothering him. He just jumps out and starts taking pictures of people. He sends Jim Ferris, his bully employee, to go out, and obviously it hasn't escalated to the level it did with Aiden and I going there in June with Jill Daniels. But I mean, I wouldn't be surprised if that happens. These people are not well mentally. So I mean, I don't know. I'm not going to go out of my way not to go there, but I'm not going to be going and having a protest tomorrow. That's for sure.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
I mean,
would
McCarthy's
definitely,
their food's so good. So
Yeah.
I would warn anyone too, like if you're considering that, be prepared to face a year of, fighting it in court, because police can still charge you even though the court will probably throw it out. But
Yeah,
if-
and if you're somebody who has like you're out on bail or has any kind
Exactly.
of past like probation, I definitely wouldn't do it, because they can just charge, like, this is what happened. They can just charge you and waste your time, and that's going to affect something else. So you have probation. Luckily, none of us who had to deal with this had any record or anything, so that wasn't an issue. But again, it messes up, like, if you're trying to get a new job, you don't know, and it's not great. But
yeah, your name will definitely get out there in the paper that you were arrested and all that, or summons in this case. So, Bobby, do you have anything to say about any of that?
Well, I'm still gonna go to Canton. I'll go to CF McCarthy's in the waterfall, but definitely not gonna go protest. Not worth it. He already knows how we think.
There you go. And I've realized that, Bobby, that you're Street Squirrel. Like you're kind of like, I know you from Street Squirrel. I didn't put two and two together, and I know that MJ, our moderator, she likes you a lot too. She's friendly with you, right? You're friends
Yep.
with her.
Oh yeah.
So it's good to have you on the show tonight.
Thank you.
I want to ask Meredith more about what you just brought up. What happened outside of D&E with Aiden, and specifically with that creepy kid that touched you? Like, tell us how that felt when that kid was friggin' putting his fingers on you.
It's funny, that incident now. I feel like that's like how I'm known. Like, people will come up to me and they're like, "Wait, were you the one who was in the CF McCarthy's video?" It's like my claim to fame. But yeah, I mean, it was intense. I mean, I still, like, whenever you watch the video to this day, I just remember like the adrenaline going through my head and just being like, I kept saying on the video too, I think, like, is this real life? Is this really happening? And then like 10 minutes into it, I kind of calmed down. I was like, all right, well, you know what? This is actually really great content and footage to have of these people. Like, now the world can see how these McAlberts behave, and how it's really not that far-fetched that how they behave in Brian Albert's house in their own private residence after a lot of drinks, if they were behaving this way on a Sunday, dead sober. So, I mean, it was obviously like just a lot to take in, but then looking back, I mean, it was obviously useful for other people. In terms of Sam Nagel touching me, so we didn't even know who he was at first. We were in CF McCarthy's, and Aiden looked across the bar and he was like, "That's Juliana Nagel sitting over there." I didn't even recognize her. I was like, "Oh," and she's with a guy who I didn't know was her brother at the time. But when she left, he came and sat directly next to me at the bar on the other side of where Aiden was, and just Aiden was like busy talking to fans or something, so he started talking to me and introducing himself to me. He didn't say his last name, just that he was Sam, and said he was a chemist, and he was like perfectly nice to me. I had no idea who he was. Then we walk out and he's there, and I'm like, oh, you were the one who was just like coming up to me. Clearly you were trying to stir up things. But in terms of him touching me, a lot of people have reached out and they're like, why didn't you hit him? Why didn't you press charges? Why didn't you go crazy? And it's like, honestly, we know how these people operate. They're crazy. For all I know, if I had kind of like touched him physically to get him off me or whatever, he could have like hit me, and then I don't know how Aiden would have reacted then, and like he might not have been able to control himself, and that's like exactly what they were looking for, was to get a reaction out of him that could send him back to jail. So I just kind of like held back. But yeah, it wasn't pleasant having him all up in my face. There's definitely a screw loose up there, because he kept screaming. He was like, you're a loser, you're beautiful, but you're an effing loser. Like, just like, all right. Even Ryan Nagel at one point was like, bro, like stop, like to Sam. You know?
Yeah, it's amazing that you handled it so well, both you and Aiden, because I thought about that myself. Like I usually I handle those situations well too, but if it was my girlfriend and there was a guy touching her like that, I don't know, I might lose it. I might like just grab the guy. Like it would be hard not to. Thank God you guys like just handle it the right way.
Yeah, I mean, it was totally unprovoked. They didn't like that people were asking for pictures with him right outside, and that's when they started yelling stuff. And I definitely would have liked to have left, but the second that Jim Ferris put hands on him and knocked his thing into the phone, and that was, I think, only 2 or 3 minutes into us being out there, I wasn't comfortable with us leaving without having police come and having what happened memorialized in some kind of report. Because for all we know, we could have left, and then the next day he gets like a call that he's being arrested for A and B. They could have said that he started it or he did some things, and it was just like it was like, we're not leaving until we get police here and this documented.
Very smart. That's another smart thing that you did. The police took a while to get there. What do you think about that they had such a delay to get to downtown?
Yeah, I mean, it's kind of crazy that was going on for as long as it was. I think my video between when it started and when they got there was over 18 minutes long. And I know back on November 5th when we were out there, within like probably a minute or two of us going down there, they were already circling, driving around. I mean, they didn't approach us until I think we were there maybe a half an hour, but pretty soon after we arrived, they were already kind of circling around and they were there. There was a presence. So, I mean, it's kind of crazy that was going on, causing a very big scene in the town center.
They were parked down the street for a while too.
Yeah.
Watching us.
Right.
So it's weird how they're there immediately for a protest, but a violent incident where 2 people are assaulting people. And another person, I think that Ryan Nagel should have got, or not Ryan, the other one. What's his name? The one that touched you. Sam. I think he should have got at least a summons too. Like nobody should touch anyone like that. That was very creepy. That was more, I think that was more creepy and more disturbing than even what Jill Daniels and the other clown did, you know?
Yeah. I mean, I don't think anybody could see on video, but he basically just went up to my back and like put his arm around my back and like tried to like pull me in towards him.
Ew.
Like, I just like
that
walked.
To me is an assault. Like what he did to you.
Yeah. I'm sure if like, can you imagine if Aiden went up to like Jill Daniels or Julian Nagel and like put his arm around her? He would be like literally in jail. Like, but I don't know.
What's the status with those other 2, with Jill and the other, the little bug there, the guy who throws his cigarette butts on the sidewalk there?
Litterbug Jim Ferris.
Yeah.
Jim Ferris.
Both have probable cause hearings in Stoughton on August 22nd. So that's actually next week. We've been given the runaround. We finally just got the police report, which, to be honest, like, I don't know why they bothered speaking to 5 different witnesses who basically told exactly what the video shows and what happened. If they didn't put that in the report, there's a bunch that's redacted that appears to be what I think they called Chris Albert later at night and got his side of the story. And it's probably going to say stuff like witness intimidating me. So like Jim Ferris was protecting me or something. I don't know. It's all redacted. The page is a page and a half. The report is a page and a half. I know our Canton 9 report, I think, was like over 4
5
pages.
pages.
Got
Yeah.
it. Yeah. This was, so they have a page and a half report for 2 different assaults. So, I mean, when we had our magistrates hearings with the Canton 9, and it's the same guy who goes, Officer Lehan. I think he all he did was just read the police report with like the enthusiasm of, I don't know.
He
No
couldn't
one
answer
can-
half the questions the lawyer was asking either.
Yeah.
Yeah, he couldn't
the
answer
good-
any
the good-
question.
Sorry, go ahead, Meredith.
No, go ahead.
So the good thing, their tactic too is, so at first when I did a FOIA request for the police report and the phone calls like immediately, and obviously it got denied, like, oh, it's under investigation. So I appealed it, and I'm like, it's a blanket answer, blah blah, and I won it. But Helena, she she sent me the CAD sheet, and then she sent me one phone call, and I'm like looking at the CAD sheet. I'm like, wait a minute, there's 2 phone calls on here. So I'm like, I emailed her back, and this is all in the Secretary of State, so it's like all recorded. I'm like, there's 2 calls there, and she's like, oh no, there's only 1 call, and I'm like, your CAD sheet says 2. It turned out to be 6 calls. So if we hadn't have gotten all that information, it could have gone a different way, because they played that video of Mello calling. And I think in Bobby's hearing, right?
Yeah.
Did they play it in yours? Yeah.
Yeah, I think they did.
Yeah. So the information that we got from me, harassing them to give us the information. I remember me and Meredith, it was when Aiden turned himself in, when she finally sent all the calls, and we were like listening
sent
to it.
To me, because Deanna was sending FOIA emails for like 2 months, and she was just like not doing it. So I sent her an email like close to Christmas. It was like, Merry Christmas, Helena. Like, I know you probably, because at this point, like, everybody was just talking on the couch. She wouldn't respond to it. Deanna was posting every day on, like, the Canton Community Facebook group that she wouldn't respond to.
She hated me.
I was like, I know you probably really want this request behind you, and we could really use it to help us prepare for our hearing next month. Like, Merry Christmas. And then 2 days later, she sent me, like, literally 30 files. And then she's like, I'm also mailing you this. I asked for like 1 thing. I think I asked for like 1 phone call or something that was missing, that we knew were missing. And but she kept sending me email after email, all this stuff. Like, I don't know what happened, why the change of heart. Maybe it was because I was nicer to her,
but
probably not. I don't know.
But that's what they do. They keep denying or lying, hoping that people will just give up and stop emailing and just be tired of it. And then they don't have to, do their job, and they can get away with whatever that they're doing.
Yeah.
Until they met me. we were
So
best friends for a couple months.
I don't know how the probable cause hearings will go for Jill Daniels and Jim Ferris. I mean, if Officer Lehan does the same thing he did at the hearing for the Canton 9, I would say they probably might not get charged. But I don't know. At this point, at the same time, this was really cut and dry because there's literal video of it. But again, Eden, I think, emailed today and asked if they would be playing that video at the hearing, and they wouldn't tell him. They would be like, we can't tell you anything until after the hearing on the 23rd. Like, one of his questions was like, can I attend the hearing? And they were like, we can't answer anything until after the hearing. Like, okay.
But Aiden could go in and just make his own complaint if it doesn't work out, and he can
that's exactly
provide all that stuff.
Right.
So that's August 22nd. What is that? Like a Wednesday, Tuesday? A Wednesday, Thursday.
Yeah.
Thursday. So Thursday, what's that at? Like 9 o'clock, 9:30?
I'll have to confirm. I think it's in the morning though. Yeah.
Yeah, morning. Stoughton District Court.
Yeah. So if anybody wants to go and greet Jim Ferris,
I hope a lot of people show up for that.
Jill, I'm sure they loved the warm welcome.
Yeah. Stoughton District Court for Litterbug. If anyone brings signs, I would say don't litter Jim Ferris. Like, people know I'm the cannabis guy. I don't throw my things on the ground. That's so disgusting.
Oh, yeah.
So you just you can't find a trash barrel.
He smokes while he delivers food too. That is so gross.
When we did the protest, I mean, he was just being such a jerk to all of us. But me and Meredith had gone across the street in front of CF McCarthy's, and an elderly woman, and he came over to us and started calling us, CUNTS. Like, I'm like, oh, so there's no men around. Now you're calling us all these disgusting names. What did he call us?
Turtles.
Yeah,
turtles. CUNT.
Yeah. Yeah. I'm
Nice
like,
guy.
Go say that over there with the boys.
Yeah. Exactly what they are, though. The bullies.
Yep.
Jim Ferris is a bully and a litterbug.
Yeah, I mean, they all kind of are. Like, somebody was asking me recently, I was talking to somebody who's doing a podcast for Eden, and they were like, are you scared of them? Are you scared of these people when you go? But to be honest, like, they're a lot more important in their own heads than they are in real life. I think they think they're a really big deal, like the Alberts and the Caves, but, like, they're really not that important, to be honest. So,
Especially when you get out of Canton.
yeah.
Like, that's the thing. Where I live, they mean nothing. That's why I always say, come on up. You know, I got one of these voicemails today. Do you guys get voicemails or nasty messages? Do you get those, or is it just guys like me? You don't.
I don't get voicemails. I get a lot of anonymous, really nice Twitter messages, Facebook messages from anonymous people. It's never with their real name.
Exactly. They're so cowardly.
Yeah, I haven't gotten text yet. I'm surprised because I think my number is like pretty easily. People who've wanted to find it have found it, so I'm kind of surprised. But
I was telling Mike actually earlier that what's her name, Karen Kelly, when she was pranking you, and I'm like, Meredith, I'm like, call your phone company. I was telling him, I'm like, ask Meredith how she did it, because it was a blocked number. So just because they do like *67, it doesn't block when it comes to phone records. The phone number comes up.
You start getting a bunch of unknown calls that they're saying stuff or leaving stuff. Go and you don't even have to call your phone company. You just log into your account and you can like see your call history.
That's what I was just trying to do earlier. Actually,
it's usually
I can't wait to find the number.
Yeah, it would take a couple hours for it to show up after I get them, but it's usually there. Yeah.
Yeah. I'm probably just gonna wait for my phone bill. I talked to them. They told me it would be on my phone bill.
Yeah.
I love it. And I think I'm gonna put out the audio, because it's so funny. The guy tries to be a tough guy, but you could tell he's nervous. It's like, dude, you're nervous. You're freaking nervous. You're calling the dog walker and you're nervous. It can tell. Captain Tough Guy who hides his number.
You should have practiced.
To go off what Meredith said about being afraid of McAlberts, I would be more concerned with the trolls that follow the McAlberts. Like, I think that they're more dangerous, and something is going to happen soon. Like, someone's going to get hurt or something bad's going to happen, and I feel like it's going to be, one of the trolls.
It's a good point. I feel like the same way. Like the KP or the other one, the one from Georgetown up there, the crazy lady from Georgetown. Miss Filter.
By the looks of it on Twitter, it seems like they're going to go after each other.
Yeah, that's the thing that's funny now. I mean, we predicted this, a bunch of us, especially like the folks that knew Grant Smith Ellis from the cannabis scene. We all said this is the best thing ever, Grant being with them, because he'll get all their info, and eventually, once he gets comfortable, this is what I said, once he's comfortable with them, the jealousy will come out. And the knives will come out, and it will be all. And look at it; it's about who controls the money, who controls the documentaries. That probably will never happen for them. They think that they're going to get a documentary. It's so funny. And who controls LG? I mean, that's what it's about for these folks. It's about the lunch money. It's about the spotlight. It's about maybe we might get a documentary. It's just so predictable.
Yeah, it's not about John O'Keefe.
No,
tell you that much.
Nope, and it's not about protecting the victims, the witnesses that KP said. She doesn't give a shit about any of them. Brian Albert, she doesn't care about Brian Albert. Come on.
No. And she hides behind them, like she manipulates it, and you're hurting. When I was like reading the tweets last night when I got home from the Pats game, and she's like, you're hurting the family of the victim. It's like, stop hiding behind.
Yeah, you're hurting the family of John O'Keefe.
Yeah. All right, bye, Bobby.
Did Bobby drop off? I think he'll be back. He's back.
Yeah, he will. I told him just come back. Hey.
What happened?
I don't know. It happens. Sometimes it happens to me while I'm doing the show, and guests just continue. It's so funny. But yeah, I mean, these trolls are just ridiculous.
Yeah.
Ridiculous.
They're so 2023.
It's been entertaining to watch them just self-combust the last couple days.
That's the best right now,
It's
isn't
been
it?
hard to keep up. I was trying to catch up on the whole thing last night with like the Christy, Julie, Kate, and I was like making my head hurt. I was like, all right, well, TLDR, it seems like they're all turning on each other, and I'm here for it. But speaking of Grant, the Grant parody account has been putting out some pretty entertaining
oh my gosh,
entertaining tidbits with some police reports on Mr. Smith Ellis in the last couple of days.
Oh my God, that stuff
You
is
haven't checked
crazy.
those out?
Yeah, I did, about his
Today,
mom
like-
when he called his mom a gold digger.
He called his mom a gold. One was like, we came to the house and he was calling his mom a gold digger, and he said he was gonna Uber his friend back to the house. And we told him not to. Then we left, and then I think the one he put out
or when
today
he
was,
knocked over his sister's dollhouse. I
Yeah,
can like
like a
picture
little
it in my
baby.
head. It's like a Saturday night skit. Like that's how I picture every single thing happening.
And Andy
mad
called
he
it.
couldn't-
Yeah, he
he's
was
mad he
rude to the
couldn't go
police
Red
too.
Sox game.
Yeah, he got punished with the Red Sox, but he was very no surprise that Grant was rude to the police.
Right. Just like Chris Albert was rude to the police, that he, defends in that police report. He was being combative with them, right? I don't even know if I've read the whole entire thing. Him and Jim
Yeah,
Ferris weren't cooperating.
It said,
with the
Jim
police.
Ferris refused to talk with them. And then Chris Albert, he was like, I told Chris Albert to go inside, but he said he was going to stay right where he was.
Oh.
I mean, that's fair. That's fine. I mean,
Yeah.
it is his place of business, but
Right.
you'd think if you were really intimidated and,
Yeah.
I mean, he's not intimidated, obviously, but
Yeah, that's the thing. He's not.
yeah,
And that's
as much
Go
as
ahead,
that
Mara.
night sucked, like it was actually like really so many things of it is like there's so many things to analyze that are very helpful for Aiden's defense. To be honest, like when he's saying he wanted to kick his head in the curb, or he could, then he was like, I could, but I'm not going to. Just lots of it everywhere. Just like I feel like legal defense gold in that video alone.
Ask Bob made a comment. He said, Mike, play the new video of the Resistance on the Resistance site, episode 30, opening video. I don't know. I haven't seen it. I would have to see it first, Bob. I'll check it out later after the show. It says the other side is so filled with hate and anger. Have you guys seen that? Do you know what he's talking about?
No.
No.
I didn't watch it tonight.
Watch it later. Thanks, Ask Bob, for the suggestion. I definitely need to watch it before I play
I
it.
can't see the comments. Is there a way to see the comments?
Yeah, on the right-hand side.
Maybe.
Do you
There's
see where it says? Yeah.
3 buttons on the right hand side.
Should
One
be
in the
able to
middle.
see.
Oh, okay. Got it.
You're welcome, Deanna.
Thank you. Bobby literally is like my adulting assistant.
Here's a funny comment that came in. Funny question. What do you think? Does Grant have a girlfriend? Does any of the guests want to comment on that?
I mean, do you want my honest opinion? Like, I never believed any of the rumors about him and Lindsay. I personally, I think he likes guys. I mean, obviously, I'm not saying there's anything wrong with that at all, but I don't know, that's just my read of him. Like, I think maybe he was jealous of Lindsay being close with somebody else like Kate, but I never got the vibe that they for real, as much as that would be hilarious. Like, I don't know if you've seen that Goat Boy video on Twitter where it was like the Nelly song. That was like the best thing ever, but I didn't believe it for 1 second. So no, I don't think he has a girlfriend. I don't know. He says he's
I
just
think that he
travel.
would love a girlfriend. I think he would love a girlfriend or boyfriend, whatever he could get, but I don't think he has any chance of that.
I think he tried with Lindsay, but
Yeah.
Oh, Grant.
I think
Grant,
Grant needs to
Grant.
do some work on himself first before he can share himself with anybody. Before Towel can go into anybody else's life. He needs to do a lot of self-reflection and work on himself first.
That'd be very difficult for him. So I guess what would you tell the anti Karen Reed people right now if you could speak to them, because they got a lot to say to us? What would you say to them If you wanted to, maybe you don't even want to say anything to them.
I just don't think they're valuable to their own side, so I don't think they're valuable to our side. And it's kind of just entertainment now. But I block, and my life is so much better. Um, I think they're irrelevant, and I wouldn't talk to any of them.
Anybody else?
Bobby's like, no, yeah, no, I agree. I don't really have anything to say.
Mhm.
If I wanted to, there's a reason I don't respond to them on Twitter and why I
Mhm.
block all of them now. So I would only block them if they actually commented stuff that was like just
Right.
rude or just even like anybody who disagreed, I didn't care. Like that's fine. But what was really only would block if it was personal attacks. But then a couple months back, some of them would go on my posts, they would tag my work and then block me, so I wouldn't even see it. So now, like anybody, if I see people commenting like mean stuff on Aiden's posts or anything, and I can tell like they're a troll, like maybe that picture, I just preemptively just block them just to prevent that from happening again. Like I have the people that I want to talk to on there that I follow, and they follow me, and I don't need to even give them the chance to do stuff like that and tag my work. So yeah, no, nothing really to say to them. I mean, they clearly have like proved themselves they can't engage in respectful debates without doing personal attacks, as seen by like Kevin and others. Even the ones who pretend to be civil, like Kevin, they can't help themselves. So yeah, really
Right.
nothing to say.
Bobby?
Actually, I'd like to ask him why show up now? Why
Right.
show up for the last 3 standouts whenever we've been there months, every day, and they just show up now? Why?
We've been out there for a year, since May. I mean, the pretrial hearings, too.
And now they're fighting with each other, so maybe that's why.
Well,
Yeah, I don't think
that's
they
what I was
make
gonna
it
say. Like
trial.
our group is large. I mean, thousands of people, and we don't see eye to eye. And there might be, a little hiccup here and there, but you don't see us tearing each other apart just because we don't get along with somebody. It's just move on. Like they're strangers. They're basically strangers to each other. So just move on.
Isn't that funny too? Because I
Where
know
we
that there are a lot of free Karen Reed people that don't necessarily like each other, but they
right.
mostly don't fight in public. Like they just say,
No.
you know what, I don't like that person, but I'm not gonna say anything. That's
Yeah,
how most of us
I'll
are.
still work with them though for the
Yeah,
common goal, and
exactly.
you know.
That's exactly how it works. Which I like. I think that's good. I think that's the way it should be. Um, it's weird, Kevin is the only one that I really don't block. And the reason why is because I get so much entertainment from him. I just laugh. It's so like he gave me the nickname Young Jelly. I love it. I love it. It's like so funny. The shit he just
Young Jelly.
non-stop entertainment. He sits there and says, "You must not sleep at night," and I'm just like, I'm getting the best sleep ever. Are you kidding me? My life is so good, Kevin. Unlike you, he just like Grant. Grant blocked me on every platform. I blocked him back because, why would I let him watch my shit when he's blocked me on everything? But I would love him if Grant, you're watching, please unblock me. I want to see all the good stuff you're posting about them. I will be so entertained. I won't go after you, Grant. And someone said you should have Grant on the show. I said I would never have him on the show, but Grant, if we lay some ground rules and you just want to talk about KP, let's have you on the show, buddy. Let's do it. It'll be so good for you. We'll get so many viewers, Grant Smith Ellis, and I'll be nice to you. I won't pick on all that other stuff. We'll just talk about KP and your issues with them. So that's my thing to Grant. But Kevin, I get so much entertainment out of him. Everyone else, I'm like Meredith. I preemptively block. They're like, oh, blah, blah, blah. They got all mad that I blocked them. And it's like, why wouldn't I? Why would I want you to? And what's so funny is like I got them all blocked, and I haven't done a show in like 5 or 6 nights, and they're leaving voicemails for me today. Like they're just so triggered. It's just
wild.
funny. It is funny. Like that voicemail tonight, I would laugh my ass off. I was just like, this kid. Oh, wait till I play it. I've got.
He was a bad actor too.
Oh, it's just funny.
It's like he was reading a script.
Yeah. Didn't he sound nervous too?
Yeah, a little bit. Yeah, he just sounded like he was like it just wasn't that great of a prank call.
No.
He needs to up his game.
Sounds like he had a couple Bud Lights at like 5 o'clock on a Friday afternoon. He's at the
Feeling
town
sleepy.
club. They're like, let's call Crawford. Yeah, I played it for Deanna. Deanna heard it. We may play it later. We'll see. Yeah, people want to hear it. We'll put it on the YouTube sometime this weekend, definitely.
So I just want to say, like, if you
go ahead.
look at, so like every time something bad happens, like Meredith was saying, like you can pull something good out of it. Like the Canton 9, like especially me, Meredith, and Bobby, we've become like, siblings basically, like lifelong friends. So there's always something good that comes out of the bad, and I'm very happy to have both of them in my lives.
That's so true too. Like,
Mhm.
and no matter what, every bad thing that's ever happened to me. I mean,
Yeah.
there are truly awful things that you may not be able to come back from, but a lot of
Right.
stuff, there's a benefit to it. Like, I had cancer at a young age, bad back too, lost, my sport, wrestling and all that stuff. But it's like, that stuff was great for me, actually. It was like, and I look back even on myself, like when I got threatened too. And I freaked the fuck out. But in the end, it made me so much more confident in what I'm doing
Right.
now. So it's like, sometimes it's good for you, right?
Right. Yeah. You
Yeah.
you learn a lot about yourself.
Yeah, I totally agree with Deanna. I mean, we were definitely friendly before this. Like, I think the only time we'd really hung out in person was at the Halloween party. But
Yeah.
obviously, since then, now, like, all three of us, we talk every single day. I mean, I'm going to be a
Yeah.
bridesmaid in Deanna's wedding. We
Yeah.
definitely wouldn't have gotten that close. I wouldn't have met a lot of other people, too,
Right.
who've become friends in the last 9 or so months. So, obviously, you're right. There's good to see in everything.
Yeah. I mean, me and Bobby were just brought our families to water country yesterday. I mean, it got canceled right quick, but like
Yeah.
a lot of friendships, like genuine, authentic friendships, have been made throughout this whole entire movement. And it's like really nice to see. And then, you kind of see the other side, and it's just they're eating each other alive.
Ugly.
Yeah. And I also put a spotlight too on how stupid Ken Mello is, the Canton Police, Chris Albert, like how low they'll go that they
Yeah.
even did this to you, all you folks.
Yeah.
It really put a spotlight on it.
Yeah. I mean, even people from the other side, some of the trolls were like, hey, like, we think, Karen Reed did this, but some of them are like, not cool, like, First Amendment. Not all of them, but there were some that
I think
were
even
like, that's
Kevin
not right.
kind of, I think
Yeah.
even Kevin said that a few times, didn't he?
Yeah. Yep.
Yeah, even wacky Kevin thought it was kind of crazy. What would your advice be? Like, you've gone through this to the Canton Police and especially the Canton Select Board and the Canton Police Chief. What would your advice be for dealing with future protesters?
I
Anyone
think
wanna go?
Canton Police hands are tied as when it comes to the Alberts because they control them. So you try to stand up for them, to them, and who knows what's going to happen? You won't have a job the next day. Who knows?
Right.
I mean, it looks like Haleda's going to lose her job anyways in a year. I mean, it looks like they punted, but I don't think she feels very secure in her job right now, I would guess.
I think she's just winging it. I mean, I think that me and Helena aren't the best of friends. I'll say that.
No way.
She loves me. Um, I think it speaks volumes that you don't see Helena and you don't hear Helena. She's in the background because she's just trying to get through this next year. And I don't know. I feel bad for a lot of those police officers that work on that in that department because I don't think they signed up for this.
Yeah, I mean, at the end of the day, though, I think until any of them decide I'm gonna have a spine and I'm gonna stop just going with the flow, for fear of kind of like retaliation, it's gonna just stay the status quo. I don't see anything really changing, to be honest, with who's in charge at select board and who's in charge of the police department. I just don't see. It's almost like someone needs to go in and just like they need to start fresh, but I don't know, it's not going to happen anytime soon. So I don't really know that any advice to them would be taken to heart. It seems like, I mean, they had the protest in December where they worked with like Paul, Dana, and Tracy, who I'm thinking about. I just wanted to thank for all the times like they set up that protest and then all of the support that was set up at all of our hearings. We really appreciated it. Thank you guys for setting all that
And
up.
the signs that they made for us were so cool.
It was so pretty. I know.
I know. I'm like, Tracy, can I have my sign now that it's over?
Yeah.
Can I have my name?
And what about the attorneys? Who are the attorneys that helped you guys out?
They were awesome.
Bill Gens and Sam, they were great. Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, Sam had to talk me off a wall like a couple times. They were Bill is, you could just tell, like, he's very old school, very knowledgeable. He's been doing this for a long time. So, you know, if anybody needs a defense lawyer, definitely keep him in mind.
Say that name again.
Bill Gens.
What is it?
William Gens. William
William
Gens.
Gens. How do you spell that last name?
Gens.
G as in George?
Yes.
Okay. Gen. Say it again.
Gen as in Nana, S as in Sam.
Okay.
So, like, I was calling them Gens, but it's Gens.
Me too.
Gens. Gens.
Yeah.
Gens.
Yes.
Like gents without a T.
Yes.
Yeah.
With an S instead of a T.
See, I got headphones and I'm still hard of hearing. I'm like turning it up now.
I remember at our hearing, he was like so excited because
I know.
Nathan, the dog, had the Free Karen Reed shirt on, and he was like taking pictures and he was showing everybody in the hallway. And he was like, "Oh, is the dog going to get witness intimidation?" Like, he was really cool.
Very good.
It was funny he said that day, and then sure enough, a few months later, when they put the order, like the buffer zone in, but like it just actually did include like pets not wearing Free Karen Reed stuff. Like that's like how absurd everything. I feel like in
I think
this
I said to Sam, I'm like, "Oh, I guess Bill was like seeing into the future."
Now, did everybody get the charges dismissed from the Canton 9?
I believe so. Yes.
I think so. I mean, I spoke
so.
to almost everybody in the Canton 9, and I know did. So
yeah,
I think we would have otherwise. Yeah, by now, if not.
Good. Yeah. So that's good news. I mean, that was just hanging over your head for a long time, and it's really good that people did raise money for you too to help you out and stand with you. Which, you know, anyone that helped promote it or gave a donation should definitely give themselves a pat on the back right now, because we all won this. It's great to see.
It was a group effort, definitely. I mean, there's people like that protest they did at the Canton Police. I mean, there was like hundreds of people. Like, I'm like, I like cried watching it because I'm like, none of these people know us, and they're making signs for us, and you know, going there and spending their like a Sunday afternoon or something out in the freezing cold. You know, and like I said, like you and the Galera, like you guys raised a lot of money for us too. It was really amazing to see. We felt the love.
It's awesome. I remember that protest, that or is it a rally, whatever it was, outside the Canton Police. That was fun. That was a good day. Aiden was there. Turtle Boy was there. It was definitely a good day.
With his tape measure.
Yeah, he did. He brought it to make sure. You gotta make sure.
Yeah.
That was before the stay away orders got vacated on the 22nd of December. Yeah, I think that was December 16th. That the protest in front of the police station, if I remember right.
Yep. Now, what's going on with Aiden? Like, when is his next court date, Meredith?
August 29th.
August 29th. What day is that?
A Thursday.
Thursday. What's going to happen?
Superior
is that like
or district?
In Superior. Well, he has one with district in the morning at 9, and then but the important one is at 2:00 at Superior. And it'll probably be more of the same, where they haven't done what they're supposed to do by the deadline, though they did file a couple things since then. Some of it useful, some of it not, but it's probably going to be more of the same, where it's just going to get kicked down the road. I don't know if I were to say, but
Do you have any idea when they might actually have a trial for him?
I don't know. I don't want to speak too much on his thing, but I know, like, which it's already been publicly announced, there are plans for motions to dismiss and a bunch of motions to get rid of that. Hopefully this doesn't go to trial, but I think a trial would be obviously entertaining. I mean, there's no way he would ever get convicted of this for like a YouTube show, but I don't know the timing of the trial. I can't say.
It's interesting because before Bettero got hired by Aiden, like right before, he was speculating, like we were on our show, that they actually probably don't want to try Aiden before Karen because it will hurt Karen. It will hurt the Karen Reed case.
But
And
like
so,
give them ammo.
yeah, give the defense, the Karen Reed defense, more ammo if Aiden goes to trial and Aiden goes after all these witnesses.
Right.
So I just wonder if they're gonna kick Aiden down the road, and not do a trial or just dismiss the charges. Because I think before they felt like it was helping with Karen Reed, but it could actually backfire on them, and it could really hurt the Karen Reed prosecution with Aiden's case coming first.
I think they're doing that on their own pretty well. But no, I see what you're saying. Yeah. Yeah. I think either way, like they're both going to benefit from each other's cases that are going on, in my opinion.
The stuff with Proctor at this point, I don't see how that one's at least dropped with Proctor with everything that's going on about him. And then there's Yuri, who is still, despite being named as like a victim in this case, is still going out to people's houses and trying to get people to say that they're doing things like contacting Jen McCabe or Elizabeth Proctor because Turtle Boy told them to do it. And none of these people are saying, like, no, he never told anybody to do any of this stuff. And they're just grasping at straws at this point. But the fact that he's the one out there trying to investigate this
and he's a victim, it's ridiculous.
I don't know. You'd think, especially with it being announced he's under investigation too now at this point, he would chill, but they just have these people have no shame, clearly.
No.
None. Zero shame. It's funny too how much jokers that they do look like, that they,
And like we were saying earlier, like they hold no power, in Middlesex or Bristol County or Suffolk County. But like then you got to look at like Kathleen and John O'Donnell and Rita and the Sweeneys and all those people and so many other people that we don't even know about that live in that county that are in fear.
Yeah, seriously, what would your message to them be?
We stand with you.
What do you think, Bobby?
Oh yeah, we definitely stand with them, and Rita's been doing a great job getting her voice out there, and if she continues, they can't be in power for forever. And I think the more they fight and do all these protests, something's going to happen sooner or later. Just keep going.
Meredith, you have it?
Yeah, no, I agree, and we stand with them, and I don't know how they do it living in this town, having to be around all these lunatics all the time, and we're going to keep obviously supporting them. Like, I'll still come to select board meetings occasionally if they ever go back to in person. Maybe I shouldn't say that, because maybe then, no, I don't think they're worried about me.
They're going to add another month of Zoom on.
Yeah, that's absurd. The Zoom meetings, they're really that.
Well, I mean, and you can't, it's not even like a meeting because it's like you're muted, you're not muted. Are you there? You're not there. It's not like an efficient process because nobody knows what they're doing.
Yeah. Who is up for re-election this time? I think is it John Connolly?
Yes. John Connolly and Chris Albert.
Already?
I think Albert's 2026.
I thought it was Albert. Or maybe I'm wrong.
He was like one of the most.
I thought there were two of them, though. I'm trying to think. Maybe it's JR.
Oh, I actually like JR.
Yeah, I know. I don't think he's running for re-election, is what I hear.
Yeah.
But maybe it's not Chris Albert. I thought there was another person with John. Maybe it's just John. I know John, definitely.
I don't think Chris Albert's up yet because he was
2026.
Yeah, that's right.
How long are the terms? They're 4 years, right? And it was 2023 that it was right before Aiden started writing about this whole thing that he got elected in April of 2023. So he's definitely, I feel like, honestly, like I don't know why he even like would want to be subject himself to this, but hey.
I think he's being pressured probably too.
That's what I've heard.
That's just speculation, but you know.
The others pressured him not to leave because they didn't want to have like an open seat or something. But
yeah,
he holds somewhat of power being there too. So
that's true. Yeah.
I want to ask about Kathleen. My last episode, I played this video from a DEI, diversity, equity, inclusion town meeting, where Kathleen was part of that group. She was part of the DEI group with the town, basically volunteer serving on a town board. She wasn't present at a meeting, and these meetings Rafferty shows up for in uniform, and Rafferty knew that Kathleen wasn't going to be at this meeting, so she decided to go after Kathleen about using the word Neanderthal to describe people who had basically filed bogus criminal complaints on signature gathering. And Rafferty basically got her kicked off the diversity and equity inclusion board, basically. And Kathleen never got to defend herself.
But God forbid they have a open meeting talking about Chris Albert's behavior out in public, daily, weekly, monthly. But they had to talk about a Facebook post that Kathleen made. It's disgusting.
Wait, Neanderthal is a bad word. Is that
yeah. The head of the DEI group called it hate. She determined it was hate.
And it wasn't even about like anybody in Canton, was it? It was like,
it was basically about the people who filed complaints about signature gathering.
Yeah, she wasn't talking
they came
about,
up with a scheme, and they were Canton people. They were definitely Canton people.
No, but I'm saying it wasn't anybody that was like in power. It wasn't like a select board meeting or like a select board member or anything like that.
No, it was just the people who came up with the scheme, to do a fake crime. It's just that's who it was directed at.
And then she said, like, didn't she say, like, oh, let's turn it off now and, like, continue talking about it? Like, she didn't, they basically just sat there and talked awful about Kathleen.
They did. After they said they shouldn't talk about it, they kept talking about it.
Yeah.
But, like, speaking of the signature thing, the crimes that the Canton police take seriously in that town versus ones that they just, like, whatever, it's insane. Like, the audacity of Helena to be in the Canton Citizen recently talking about we've almost narrowed it down, like the suspect of the ducks, the big, like the ducks, leaving all the ducks. Like, really? Like, you're saying out with a straight face that you're putting all these resources into investigating who left a rubber duck in Canton Center? Like, give me a break.
Yeah, right. But they don't investigate. They don't go into the house. They don't ask to go into the house, but they'll investigate rubber ducks.
Yeah. They let like kids get eggs thrown at them. There's like a list I have somewhere. I forget what it is. Like Tom getting assaulted at the special town meeting. Yeah. None of that's taken seriously, but like the forged signatures and then the supposed
rubber ducks.
The rubber ducks. That's priority. That's very important.
Yeah.
So I guess what would your final thoughts be tonight on everything you've gone through, or any messages that you want to leave? There's over 1,000 people watching right now.
So I want to say, keep advocating for yourselves, and don't give up on yourselves, and just keep fighting for what you believe in, and stay united. Don't start eating each other alive. And I'm proud of this movement, and I'm proud of the people that are in the movement, and that's about it.
And what about you, Bobby?
I've been seeing a lot of, after we said that we got the letters and everything saying we weren't going to be charged or anything, everybody's like, well, let's go protest in front of D&E. And I say, you got to be cautious still, because it doesn't mean that, we didn't get charged. Doesn't mean they won't charge you.
Right.
So, just be careful. It's not an open door to go stand in front of D&E and do whatever you got to do, but just be smart about it. Continue doing what you're doing for Karen and Officer John O'Keefe. I'm sorry, and just keep, the good fight. Just be cautious.
I was just going to add one more thing to mine. So the Labor Day standouts. If you guys are planning on doing one, please just message me, Paul, or Bobby, sorry. I'm like, Bobby's in this too, and if he likes it or not. Because I know we had 32 on the Sunday standout. I'd like to get all those 32 communities still, and then add, let's add another 50.
So what is that? Is that like the whole weekend, or is it Sunday, Monday of Labor Day weekend? What
Well,
is
it's
that?
Monday, but I'm not like we're not telling you can't do it. I mean, I think the whole entire Labor Day weekend, because you're going to have people that are going to cookouts on Saturday or Friday or Sunday. So I think it's great to do standouts all weekend, but I'd like to see like a united front nationally. And then I think we have where's the other one? Australia.
Yep.
I think Wales. Or we were talking, I think Paul was saying something about Wales. So I'd like to have a bunch on Monday, but I'd also like to see a lot go on throughout the whole entire weekend, or even just wear a free Karen Reed shirt when you go to your cookout, or wherever you go. That's it's a standout on its own, and it's just bringing awareness to it. So
Awesome. That's what a lot of people do. They wear their T-shirts everywhere. I heard Boston 25 shut some people with T-shirts down
yeah,
this morning, actually.
I heard that.
Meredith,
But
what
I
are
don't
your?
think they shut it. I think they just said you're not going to be on camera.
Yeah.
Um,
They
I don't.
said you need to take the shirts off or leave.
Oh, really? I thought they just
Yeah.
said you're not going to be on camera.
Yeah. No, they told them they had to take the shirts off or leave, but the police were like, no. So,
Thank God John wasn't there, because he would have taken his shirt off and his pants off. Pulled his
Hey,
rubber
Mike.
duck out.
Did that go, Mike?
yes.
Can I just say the website for the standouts, the new website? Or
Oh, yeah.
Okay. The website is KarenReedStandouts.com. I'm updating it every day because of Deanna and Paul, because they don't let me rest. You can go on there and you can find out latest information. The standouts are updated pretty much every day, because we're getting, everybody sending their info. And there is one in Australia for the Sunday. I think it's Sunday night at 8 for us, but it's going to be Monday for them. And that person will be live streaming it on YouTube.
Yeah.
And if you want
You
to
know
check that out.
what city that is? Is it Sydney or Melbourne?
It's I believe it's Miss Shorty who's doing
Oh,
it.
that'll be Melbourne. Yeah, Melbourne.
Yeah, I think
I
she's
know
the
the
one who's doing
cities. I
it.
used to date an Australian girl. The two big cities, it's Melbourne or Melbourne.
Melbourne.
I call it Melbourne or Sydney. And Miss Shorty's Melbourne. So yeah, Melbourne.
And Malika too. She's you can reach out to her as well with any of the updates too.
Perfect. And Meredith, do you have any final thoughts or anything you want to share tonight?
Yeah, I just want to echo everything that Deanna and Bobby said. Again, as much as this was stressful, I'm thankful for all the new people I've met. And I also just wanted to thank everybody out there again who supported us, whether it was showing up or donating. And if you've reached out just even with kind words for not even just this, but just in general, we're thankful and we appreciate it. So thanks everybody.
Yeah.
Excellent. How can people reach you too if they want to reach out to you? I'm sure you have X and Facebook. Let's go with Deanna first.
I have
Or email.
I have Facebook. I have Twitter. I always call it Twitter. I don't know how to use Twitter very well. But yeah.
Facebook.
Basically Facebook.
And Bobby.
It would be Facebook would be the easiest, but if you see Street Squirrel anywhere, it's usually me. So
KarenReedStandouts.com too.
yeah, there's actually some on the bottom of the page. You can actually fill out the information, you email and name, and send us an email that way. You don't have to open up your own email. And then
Right.
I tasked that on Paul to answer all the emails. So if you don't get an email, blame Paul.
We'll blame Paul.
I told
Yeah.
Paul I would do it. I know the password because Bobby made it very simple for me so I don't lose it.
We
Or I
like
don't
to blame
forget
Paul.
it.
Yeah, after what he pulled on I'm forgetting her name. Kelly Reed. You saw what he did to Kelly Reed, didn't you?
Who?
What's that?
Paul?
Yeah.
What did Paul do?
He's
What did
playing the
Paul
dirty
do?
tricks with the popcorn.
Oh yeah.
I had
Yeah.
nothing to do with that.
Yeah. It was me and Kelly versus Bob. I was helping Kelly out, and Bobby was
I
helping
was
Paul
Team
out.
Kelly. I was Team Kelly.
Oh, yay. Take
Paul
that,
is
Paul.
Paul is a dirty player.
Oh, we had some more up our sleeve, but we didn't have enough time.
See, he's got Bobby, but see what I mean? Poor Kelly Reed. Oh, man. Paul was even asking me to help him. Like last minute, he was like, "Can you send a?" I almost did it too. Like, but I was busy or something.
Paul was like begging people to help him out.
Oh yeah, he was trying to get me to put the knife in Kelly's back. I couldn't do it.
Mm.
They're very competitive about selling popcorn for Karen Reed.
Yeah.
Popcorn.
They're good at it. They raised a lot of money.
Yeah, they did.
Mm-hmm.
That's all that counts. I know some people, when I go after Paul over it, people get the comments are like, "What did Paul do?" I'm just joking, guys. You know, just
Paul's so great. I mean, he works. He's got his own family, and he's all these standouts and events and stuff like that. He's just a nice guy. So shout out to Paul.
definitely.
Yeah.
So and shout out to everybody who's doing, like Deanna and Paul and everybody that's been helping out with those standouts and organizing, and it's
And
a lot
everyone
of
that's
thankless
showing up
work.
to him. Yeah.
Yeah. And Meredith, what are your? Did I ask you already your final thoughts or comments, or how can people reach you? I think I already did the final thoughts. But
Yeah, we did final thoughts. I'm on Facebook and Twitter, but under my own name.
is it Meredith O'Neill on Twitter too? Is that what it is? Yes.
Meredith O'Neill.
Okay. So Meredith O'Neill on Twitter, and they can find you on Facebook too. Don't leave any nasty voicemails.
I know.
Unless
I'm like,
you
now we're
want
gonna get
them to us
messages of hate.
Yeah, unless you want us to play them on the show.
Yeah. Unless you want.
That's what I like. I'm like, please. When I called the, like when they leave the voicemails, I want to find out who they are because I want to call them back and get more content. But the lady at the phone company, she was like, "Do you want to block those calls?" I'm like, "No, I like the voicemails. It's good content. I get to play it on the show." And she started laughing. And I was like, "Now you get it.
Yeah.
This is all about the content."
Yeah.
So that's something to look forward to. I'll put that voicemail I got up from. Maybe I should play it on the way out. We'll see if I can get that up.
Yeah.
But I want to thank you so much for being here, Bobby, Street Squirrel, Bobby Silva, Deanna Corby, Meredith O'Neill, Canton 9. Congratulations for beating the system, beating the man, beating Mello. You won. I mean, it's pretty amazing that you beat this and you won, and you never even got charged. There was nothing. They just try to F with you for 9 months, and then they folded up, didn't they?
Yep.
Mike, can I just say one more thing?
Yes.
Thank you to everybody who donated. That was a huge weight off our shoulders because we didn't know if this was going to go on, if we were going to get actually charged and, get into the real deal with the courts. But everybody who donated, thank you very much. It was huge.
Yeah, we love you.
Thank you.
Thank you for being here.
Thanks for
Thanks,
having
Mike.
us.
Have a great
Mike.
Have a great rest of your weekend.
You too.
You too.
Bye now. So we're the Young Jerks, and I want to thank our guests tonight, the Canton 9. Good conversation there. I want to thank our donors tonight. Got Paul. See, I'm bad mouthing Paul. He sent me $10. Thank you so much, Paul. Paul Cristoforo. He's a good guy. He is. Even though I didn't like the games he played against Kelly Reed. I want to thank Ask Bob too. I will definitely check out that video. And thank you, Glamour Suze. I also want to mention my last live video about Helena Rafferty. I got some feedback. A lot of people liked it. A lot of people liked that I went after Rafferty, which I think it was well deserved. I think that episode was pretty good, but there were a few things I regretted. One of the things I regret is that I should have never mentioned this woman, Trisha Martineau. She got upset about it, but she's actually pretty cool. Like talking back and forth. I don't have an issue with Trisha. I really don't. I know her and Kathleen aren't getting along. I was clumsy. I shouldn't have brought that up. I should have thought that out a little more and maybe made my point about what was going on without mentioning her. I don't wish any ill will to her. I don't think she's a bad person. Like I said, I think she's a victim just like I am, just like Kathleen is. A lot of people have been bullied. And sometimes people on the same sides don't necessarily agree on tactics or the way things should go. People get upset with each other. It happens. But I regret that. I wish I hadn't brought her into it. So I'm apologizing to Trisha. I don't think Trisha deserved it. But Rafferty, I'm not sorry about that. Rafferty deserves the heat on what she did to Kathleen. I also heard from one person that was a little upset that I went after the DEI chairperson of that meeting. And again, I feel a little bad for her too. I gotta admit, like, I kind of hear where they're coming from. Like, that person may be a good person otherwise, but in that situation, she didn't do the right thing. And I can't get over it, what she did. And I'm not saying like she's the worst person and that people should, shun her from society or whatnot. But I feel like she did deserve a little criticism for what she did to Kathleen. She did not allow Kathleen to defend herself. She allowed the person in power, the person in the uniform, to really run the meeting. And I think that's sad. And I'm, so again, I wish I had just stuck more to the Rafferty stuff, honestly. But I got to be honest and say, Rafferty deserved it. And I think the DEI chairperson deserved at least a little bit of criticism. Maybe I was a little too harsh with her, but at the same time, she was not nice to Kathleen. So just being honest and giving you my feedback on what I hear from the community. And again, I think that I wish I'd never brought up Trisha's name, Trisha Martineau. I think she deserved it. I know she's been going after Kathleen a little bit, and I know that she doesn't consider going after Kathleen. She's got questions. She's got commentary on it. It is what it is. I don't think I needed to get involved in that. And I'm sorry that I did. But what I am thankful for is all of you who are watching and supporting and sharing the content that we have. I really do appreciate you guys. You ladies, especially. I say you guys. It's mostly ladies. Like 65 to 70% of you are women. So I really appreciate the women who support me. I really do. It's humbling, when I'm a guy and I have a lot of women who support me. And it is humbling because I think generally women are better than men. I really do. I'm one of them. I do. Us guys are kind of meatheads. I mean, look at me. But women think about things. Women care. Women are awesome. And it's humbling to me to have so many women who support what I do. So I really appreciate you. You kind of made my year this year. I gotta say. I don't know when I'll be back again. I'm trying to take it easy because I feel like this is the quiet before the storm. Like, there's a lot that's going to be happening over the next months. If Aiden goes to court, Aiden goes to trial, that could be major. Then in January, we have Karen Reed again. So I'm just, I'm not going to go as hard as I used to every night. I know people are kind of jonesing for the Better O Mazza and Mike show again. And I'm sure that will happen. I was hoping to get some of those guys up tonight, but it was last minute and they were busy. So, but it will happen. It will happen. Something will happen. Tuesday, definitely going to be covering the Canton Select Board meeting Tuesday night at 7 p.m. It's going to be another ridiculous remote Zoom meeting. We're probably going to have Rita and John on again for that. So expect that on Tuesday night. Tuesday morning, there's also the what do you call this? I don't even know what they call it, but it's the certification, the police certification meeting, the post hearing for William Devine, the police officer involved in the Sandra Birchmore situation. We're going to be broadcasting that on Tuesday morning as well. I think at 9:30 a.m. So that's kind of what's upcoming. I don't know what else I have. We'll see. You never know. I think you notice on the show, I don't just want to do a show just to get people watching. Like, I think sometimes other shows just do a show. I try to stick to having some good guests and a good discussion. And if it's not there, take a few days off. And that's what I did this week. And you may see more of that. Doesn't mean that I'm stopping or I'm giving up. This is the nature of the content and the flow of it. And also my busy life. So I'll be back when I'm back, and I'll see you soon, hopefully. Definitely we'll be doing that Tuesday. Again, if you can send a message to Grant Smith Ellis, I would definitely like to have Grant Smith Ellis up here to talk about Kate Peter, or even how about that other one, that Julie Ginto or whatever her name is. Let them know. They want to discuss Kate Peter. I'd love to do it on this show, especially with what Kate Peter did to me. And Sergeant Tully. I think if I do another show, it might be a solo show on some of the Sergeant Tully stuff, because I feel like Tully needs a show here. Tully needs some spicy Mike after what Tully and KP did to me in January. I think I need to do maybe a show on Sergeant Tully. We'll see. Now, I guess Miss Shorty is in the chat. She's going to be live at 9 p.m. You should check her out tonight. I want to thank everyone who's supporting us. I want to thank the people who are moderating for us. MJ, especially. Thank you, MJ. And Stephanie and Jen and Miss Shorty, I want to thank them for being our moderation team. I want to thank our guests again that were here tonight. Meredith. I want to thank the Street Squirrel. Good to have you on the show tonight. And also Deanna Corby. Thank you so much for being here tonight. All right, I'm going to close the show tonight. Oh, Street Squirrel, thank you so much for the donation. Thank you very much. Thank you, everyone who's been donating. I got to check oh, wait. This is the no caller idea. Let's see if this coward. Oh, man, he's calling me. The same clown is calling me right now. Dude, keep calling me. I'm going to get this clown on the show. Let's see if I can get my system up. 1 second. Oh, man. I think I just missed it. Hold on 1 second. All right, call me back, troll boy. The troll just tried calling me again. You know what I'm going to do is I'm going to try to play his voicemail. You guys want to hear that voicemail that little coward boy sent earlier today? Yeah, he just hung up. I missed it. I got my Bluetooth up, and by the time I got it up, he hung up. Let me just check one thing and make sure it is up. What am I doing here? Hold on. 1 second, folks. All right, I am connected. So, Troll Boy, I have a feeling you're listening. If you want to call back, go ahead. See if you got any balls. Let's see if we can hook this up. Hold on 1 second here.
Yeah, this is Colin Albert.
There we go.
Fucking can't. Listen, Mike, you're a fucking. Yeah, this is Colin Albert from fucking Canton. Listen, Mike, you're a fucking loser. I heard you're a professional dog walker. You got fucking 5 empty cans of peanut butter up in your cupboard. Listen, Beethoven's father called. Stop molesting his dog.
5 empty peanut butter cans because I was rubbing it all over your mama. And she enjoyed it. So that kid sounded a little nervous. He sounds old. He doesn't sound like Colin Albert. Definitely not Colin Albert. I think I know who it is, actually. But he's kind of weak. You could see he's a little nervous. A little bit nervous. Yeah, it doesn't sound like. No, it's definitely not Colin Albert. But can you imagine that that's what you spent your life on? Calling me up And you know damn well he's not going to show up here because he knows what will happen. Sounds like the guy in Turtle Boy's face, July 22nd. I'll have to look at that. Who was in Turtle Boy's face? Who's this Magnolia? What are they talking about? Who was in Turtle Boy's face July 22nd? Sounds like Sean McDonough, someone said. No, it does not sound like Sean McDonough. This is exactly who I thought it was. Not Brian Higgins, the other Higgins, that guy Mike Higgins. That's who I think it is, actually. I think it's Mike Higgins. I have no idea. I can't prove it. But it could be Ryan Nagel. It could be one of the Nagels. That's another one. Oh, I know who you're talking about. That other guy. Yeah, Tony Fed. I don't think it's Tony Fed. I don't know. I thought it could be one of the Nagels, but I think it's that Higgins guy. Mike Higgins. That's who I think it is. Janetti. But like I kind of enjoy it. It's like free content. It really is. We're gonna make a nice little video with that one. There's some other one. There's some other ones I had from the past too. Maybe I'll try to look those up and put those up too. Yeah, they are scared. They call from blocked numbers. And you could tell they're scared when he's leaving his call. It's like, dude, you had like 2 beers. It's 5:00 in the afternoon on a Friday. You've had like 2 beers and you still sound scared. I'm just reading your comments right now. Someone said, I think it's Boston Mike. You know what? It actually could be. That's the other one. It could be. But if it is Boston Mike, he's kind of like, I don't know. I don't think he'd do that to me right now. We should ask him because it kind of does sound like Boston Mike. That's another one. If it is, it's kind of lame. Come on. I hope it's not. How does he have your number? Well, I used to give out my number, my Google voice number on the show. So people have that. And it rings right through to my main number. So I don't know if he has my real number or my Google voice number. Yeah, someone else said not Boston Mike. I don't think Boston Mike would do that to me, actually. I think he would say it was him. Yeah, that's what. Why would it be? It would be, yeah, as a joke. But I don't think it is. Yeah, I don't think it is Boston Mike. If it is, we'll have a laugh. And I'll give him a knuckle sandwich. Someone says it's not Boston Mike. I don't think it is. Like I said, I think it's that guy Mike Higgins, actually. I can't prove it, though. Like someone said, no, but Boston Mike would not do that. See, Boston Mike and I had issues at one time, actually, when I kind of had my doubts, when I had, when I was facing all the pressure. And the thing about Boston Mike, he would say it was him. Like, Boston Mike isn't a coward. So I don't think it's him. I think it's like I said, I think it's one of the McAlberts. I really do. One of the cowardly McAlberts. Who is Mike Higgins? He's just a clown. Look him up. You can see him. He's on social media. Who is Mike Higgins? He's a jackass. That's who he is. Who is Mike Higgins? He's a jackass. Yeah, maybe it's Jim Ferris. The little bug. All right, I'm gonna go. I'm gonna play my let's rock. I would say rock out. It's not really a rock song though, is it? It's more like hip hop. I'm gonna play my little theme song that John played for me. I'm gonna play it out. And I'm gonna enjoy my rest of my weekend. Someone said it sounded like a Fall River accent. Definitely could be. Someone said maybe it's Julie Nagel. You guys are not nice. That's not nice. She is kind of tough, though. Tony Fed. See, I don't think it would be Tony Fed. I've never interacted with that guy. Like we never even talked about him on the show, so I don't think it's him. The reason why I think it's that Mike Higgins guy is because we had words online. And I ended up blocking his ass. He's an idiot. So that's why I think it's someone that I've interacted with. All right. Here he goes. Let's get him on the line, see who he is. Hey, who's this? Hi, who's this?
Daddy's gonna give you that hot tour. Baba Booey.
See, that could be Mike. I mean, that could be Boston Mike. That's something he would say. So I don't know. I have no idea who it is. I think it's Sean McCabe. All right. Let's play my theme song on the way out. I'll rock out to it. Have a great weekend, everyone.
He's a force on social media. He's a truth in the air. Mike Crawford's the name, and he's everywhere.
I'm everywhere. That's what's so funniest shit ever. I just laugh at this song. It's like I'm everywhere. In my basement, I'm everywhere.
From the highs to the lows, he's got the word. His show called The Young Jerks, haven't you heard?
Guy's ruining my theme song. I'll take his call again. Why not? What's up, Joker? I'm glad you're listening to me. How does it feel? I just hop on him. He's listening to me. He keeps calling.
Hello, Mike.
You got to turn off the show if you call in.
The show's off. Hello, Mike.
Who is this?
This is Jim Morathis. I don't want to lay you floored. I just want to lay some pipe in you, baby.
I thought you were calling. I thought you were calling Albert.
No. Let's smoke out of the pipe, and then I'll lay you the pipe.
You can't smoke out of my pipe, buddy.
Oh, I'll smoke your pipe, though.
No, thank you. No, thank you. I don't do a Big Albert.
Oh, the old Mick Albert. We suck farts out of bottles.
Yeah, you do. So how long have you been a Mick Albert?
I'm not a Mick Albert. I'm a Mick Mike.
You're a Mick what? McMuffin?
Mick Mike.
Oh,
I'm a Mick Young Jerk.
Is this Boston Mike?
Yes, Boston Mike. I'm Team Mike, baby. I'm Team Jerk.
Then how come you called?
That's why I want to give you.
How come you called? How come you called me earlier and said that I walk dogs like it's a bad thing?
Right. I didn't call you earlier, but I'm calling you now, baby.
Oh, so this is a different person calling.
Yeah, I love you, baby.
All right.
I want to do shrooms and get silly.
All right. So we'll talk later about it.
We'll put our singlets on and wrestle.
You see, you got a thing for me. This is what you're saying.
No, we'll put our singlets on and wrestle.
Yeah, it sounds like you got a thing for me. I'm not going to put a singlet on for you. I'm not in high school anymore or even college. USA Wrestling was a long time ago for me, buddy.
All right, we'll throw some Speedos on and do our thing.
Yeah, he sounds like you're into that. So, do you fantasize about me like that? Do you want me to take off my shirt right now? Do you want to see my arms? Does that get you hard?
I'll donate $20. I'll donate $20 if you take pants off.
All right. Have a great night. You know what? Just make sure you watch the video over and over again while you're pumping it.
Young Jerks bringing heat to the mic. He's sharp, he's bold, he's always right. With the fire in his eyes and the truth in his veins, Mike Crawford's here to shake the game. Click
speak.
He's not just talk, he's a force to be known, with the passion and drive that he's always shown. Cutting through the noise, making it clear, when Mike Crawford speaks, the people cheer. The young jerk's bringing heat to the mic. He's sharp, he's bold, he's always right. With the fire in his eyes and the truth in his veins, Mike Crawford's here to shake the game. From the grind to the shine, he's stacking respect. Got his mind on the money, what you expect. In the game deep, like a boss with clout. Speak the truth loud, ain't no doubt.
Let's bring him up
Young
right
jerks, yeah, he runs these streets, dropping heavy bars over dirty beats. Ain't no fake, nah, he's the real deal. Mike Crawford, man, he's keeping it real. Enemies lurk, but he stays on point. Mike Crawford, young jerks, he's taking the joint. So step up, listen close, this is how it goes. Mike Crawford, young jerks, running the shows. Ain't no stopping now, he's on that grind. Get with it, or get left behind. So tune in, get ready, it's about to ignite. The young jerks is here, and he's bringing the light. With every word, he's making his mark. Mike Crawford's name, it's the spark in the dark.
Exciting last night. Pretty crazy. I couldn't get in my studio last night. We got what you need tonight. Thank you so much. Before I hang up, close it out. Ryan, I want to thank Ryan M, who sent me $50 the other night. And he said, this is for calling out Rafferty. Thumbs up. Thank you so much, Ryan. Very good contribution that came in on the Cash App. I really appreciate it. Thank you guys so much. Have a great weekend. We'll see you next time. Tuesday, definitely. Who knows? Maybe sooner. Thank you so much. Have a great night, everyone. And a good weekend. Be safe.